After hundreds upon hundreds of entries, the ballots are in and the tickets have been punched. Thanks for joining us here on Selection Sunday. I'm Ukrainian Limbs. WoodysGamertag is standing by in studio. It wasn't easy, but we whittled the competition down to an amazing 64 contenders. The diverse bunch ranges from YouTube heavyweights with over 100,000 subscribers all the way down to up-and-coming hopefuls with just over 100 subs. Now, while sub count is what determined the seeding in the tournament, all slates are wiped clean and all memory erased at this point. It's head-to-head videos until we crown a champion. Let's take a closer look at how the competition stacks up. In the Spetsnaz division, Sam 5000 pulled the #1 overall seed, and he'll be going up against up-and-coming Munch Gamer. Good luck with that. The 8 and 9 seeds go to Project Envy and Sideshow respectively. Next, we've got a battle of UK between #12 Olizandri and #5 Matt HD Gamer. Ridiculous Danny will have his hands full going up against the People's Champ himself, #4 J Easy. Yes, sir. Next, we've got the Gervin up against Cinematic, followed by #14 Rappa HD. Try not to get stuck by Cujo, aka the Mark of J. A close matchup between #7 8 Thoughts and #10 I Am the Attack. And rounding out the Spetsnaz division, we have heavyweight Mr. Dunkus up against Today's. Let's check in with WoodysGamertag to break down some of these key matchups.
Thanks, Joseph. So coming in the #1 seed in the Spetsnaz category is Sam 5000. Sam 5000 is a long-established YouTube commentator and machinima director. He's well known for his Map Attack series, and amongst YouTube channels, we know each other. We've played with each other. We know who's strong, and without naming names, who's unexceptional. Sam 5000 is a beast. He doesn't just cherry pick great games, he gets great game after great game. It'd be interesting to see how a guy like him, with great tactics and great gameplay and great game knowledge, matches up against a guy named Munch Gamer. Munch Gamer is a great channel, unknown to a lot of people, but I listened to his stories of pretty much failing to pick up cougars on the T or on the train as he heads his way home from work, and it's good stuff. That's one of the great things about this competition. We bring beastly gameplay and knowledge against guys who can't pick up girls. That'll be good to see. Another big matchup in this category is the Gervin and Cinematic. The Gervin brings smooth commentary and great gameplay and a Tabe-like accent against Cinematic, who caught everybody's attention a few weeks ago with his rap song about the Call of Duty scene. It's gonna be a bracket to watch, so I look forward to seeing more out of these guys.
Thanks, Woody. Next up, we have the Marines division, led by T-Mart. He's going up against a wild card known as the Aviator. An interesting matchup between the 8 and 9 seeds as well. We've got Kimmy J, infamous for his unpredictability, going up against Mr. Ernest Lee. The #5 seed goes to Doug Aim 360, who will face off against #12 Dr. Coffee MD. Next, #4 Ricky Chops, infamous for his hilarious COD films, will go up against underdog Typhoon Boone. #11, Dirk the Devil will have his hands full with professional-grade rap superstar Jive Turkey, who came down with the #6 seed, followed by #3 K-Pop, who squares off against a hidden gem, none other than C-Nasty 006, and a close match between #7, Mr. Callum R, and #10, David XS. Fan favorite Tryhard Ninja will face ASO Gamers to round out the Marines division, and let's go to Woody in the studio for some insight on some of these key matchups.
All right, the Marines division is one of the toughest divisions in all of the commentator March Madness. That 116 matchup is not the pushover you might think it is. T-Mart's well known in the Call of Duty community for putting out high production quality videos with a lot to teach. He does a jump series, he does call out series, and he always brings it every time. However, the Aviator, I happen to know, has over $40,000 worth of audio and video equipment, and he's ready to put them at his disposal. He might mix in some real-life stuff, he might add the gameplay, but round 116 matchup is not the pushover you might think it's going to be. Another guy that's really worth looking at here is the Game 360. I don't think I've ever seen this guy post up a game with less than 100 kills, and he often brings the 20 KD or better. One of the exciting things about this is we get to see a guy like the Game 360 match up against Dr. Coffee MD, who brings personality and excitement to every time he begins to speak. There's something worth listening to. So let's see how these guys match up. Let's see how the different styles compete against each other. K-pop. We all love K-pop, and she's going to take against C-Nasty, which came out kind of funny. But matchups here are worth watching. And then Tryhard Ninja. I would not want to be in the same bracket as Tryhard Ninja. I happen to know he's in progress on 5 song parodies right now. He's the vocalist behind that recent Minecraft video that came up, and he's the vocalist behind Shucks You, which my longtime subscribers have seen too. I forgot the Minecraft video's name. I'm so sorry. And then one guy I can't leave out, Kimmy J. Fuck you, Kimmy J.
Who knows what Kimmy J is capable of? I mean, let's move on to the Hubbard Army side of the bracket. Led by none other than Onslaught, squaring off against Stone Polo the Don. Next, we have a close battle between the infamous Rats Clan and Shakedown 2012, followed by number 5 Speedy W up against Sunlin HD. We've got quite an interesting matchup between Fatal Error and Eat My Diction, and also a classic between Ask a Capper and Quake Beats. Next, that cool back guy will be digging in the fridge for a victory over number 14 New Kaiser, followed by another tight match between number 7 the Deluxe 4 and Frog the Barber, oh so bossy. Rounding out the Hubbard Army, we have another fan favorite in Gold Glove squaring off against underdog Vertical. Woody, your thoughts on the division?
All right, let's talk about the Hubbard Army matchup. In the number 1 seed position is Onslaught. Onslaught's another guy who brings quality every time he brings it on. He's been known for innovation in the Call of Duty community. Sometimes it has to do with, he was the first guy to bring live call-out videos to the YouTube scene. And he brought his Road to Commander here and stepped up the level from what we expect in a Road to Commander to include live commentary on every single game. He's also strong with Photoshop and strong with other graphical tools that allow him to do overlays that teach you in a way that John Madden would envy. So I wouldn't want to be matched up against him. One of the more interesting matchups in here is Fatal Error, otherwise known as Holiday Doc, and Eat My Diction. They're almost polar opposites on what they bring to the YouTube scene. Holiday Doc is known for his game battles play, his MLG play, and he's a super strong player, one of the strongest guys in this tournament. And he brings a lot of knowledge that not everyone can offer in their gameplay against a guy like Eat My Diction, who's known for his series, among others, the girl or dual commentary with that chick I slept with last night. So it'll be interesting to see how these styles matched up. I wouldn't want to be either one of them. Ask a Capper is another guy to watch in this. He is literally a stand-up comic. Well, okay, not literally stand-up, but he's a professional comedian that plays Call of Duty, and that's not an easy guy to commentate against. Frog the Barber really made attention in this scene. What he did is he takes his gameplay and uses theater mode in a way that you've never seen before, combined with dramatic music that tells a story, and that's super exciting to see. RatsClan.com does a similar thing without any commentary oftentimes, and it has blown us away. He has taken theater mode to a level that has never been done before, and it's a huge takeaway. And then the biggest veteran in this, and perhaps a dark horse to go really, really far, if you can call a number 2 seed a dark horse, is Gold Glove. Gold Glove's been doing this for ages, as he's been doing it longer than me, I think. He was known in the Gears of War community before the COD community even got big. And we'll see what he can do with his lessons learned over time and how far he can get. So the Hubbard Army division is stacked.
Finally, we have the Rangers division, led by the Trout, up against number 16 Sons of Justice. Next, yours truly, Ukrainian Limbs, will be squaring off against the Only Gangster, followed by an awesome matchup between Easy Peas and the prank hooker calling Mr. Technical Difficult. The number 4 Drifter will duke it out with number 13 FC 2300, and the always entertaining Hastro will duke it out with Freestyler Texas Dro. The action won't stop there with Puerto Rican Threat number 3 NASA up against number 14 Name You Can't Hate. Next, PSN JJ will face Big Snacks, and Bash TV will clash with none other than Fuzzy Outer Balls to round out the Rangers division. Now, Woody, who should we look out for in this division?
The Rangers brings a lot of talent to this tournament. The number 1 seed is none other than the legend, the lad, and the possibly gay Chris Trout 91. He's admitted it, he's denied it, we can't be sure, but we know and love him anyway. Another guy that brings a lot of attention to this division is Hastro. Hastro is possibly the best player in the entire Call of Duty community, and he's certainly the most accomplished competitive player in this tournament at the MLG level. I'll be interested to see what kind of tips, advice, and gameplay he can bring to a tournament like this one. Bash TV. Now here's a guy, if you listen to his commentary, you can't help but fall in love with this guy. And if you watch him play basketball, then you can't help but get your laughs. Funny guy, and let's call him an unexceptional basketball player. Another guy that grabs my attention is NASA 1. Now, I've played with NASA 1, and this guy brings it every single game. Amazingly good player, amazingly good videos. Look forward to seeing more from him. And the last guy to call out is Ukrainian Limbs. Now, Ukrainian Limbs is my partner in this. That's why we have judges. We're not the one picking the winners here. And Ukrainian Limbs made huge waves with 2 videos that caught my attention. One was a 12-minute video in which he talked about whores, prostitutes, and pimps that in the last second turned out to be an analogy to the Call of Duty community, and it really caught attention. It was clever in my mind, and I didn't get what he was doing until the end, and then I started scratching my heads and saying, oh yeah, she was him, and this guy represents that company, and wow. Really clever, really cool. And then the other thing he did was his temporary Michael Jordan-like retirement. But instead of like Jordan and just going to play baseball, this guy gave a big FU to almost everyone in the YouTube community. And it caught our attention, but it was pretty cleverly done. And we'll see what he can do in this tournament. And that's it for the Rangers. Lots of strong talent in this entire tournament. I look forward to seeing who goes on and who stays home.
Thanks for that, Woody. I'm numb to the death threats by now, so what's the harm in bringing up my infamous Rage Quit video just one more time? By the way, can I send you a check for that shout-out, or do you only take credit? Seriously, you guys, this is an amazing group of competitors. They're sure to bring some entertaining videos our way, so if you're part of the 64 contenders, send me a message with the contact info. We can go over the official rules together. If you're here to watch, the round of First Blood starts this Thursday, so stay tuned. It's going to be a blast. On behalf of Call of Duty commentator March Madness, I'm Ukrainian Limbs. Let the games begin.